Good afternoon and welcome to the 2020 Okaloosa Schools Academic Tournament. My name is Matthew Bell, your host, filling in for Tucker Handley. Today we have two great teams. We have a match between Fort Walton Beach High School and Rocky Bayou Christian High School. And we will be right back with the team introductions after this intermission. Hope you stay tuned. Thanks. Welcome back. Let's meet our teams. We'll start with Fort Walton Beach.
Hi, I'm Grayson Lyles. I'm a senior at Fort Walton Beach High School.
Hi, I'm Savannah B. I'm an 11th grader at Fort Walton Beach High School.
Hi, I'm Joseph Hall. I'm a senior at Fort Walton Beach High School.
Hi, I'm Harry Lucas. I'm a freshman at Fort Walton Beach High School.
And now on to Rocky Bayou.
My name is Gideon Riches. I'm a senior at Rocky Bayou Christian School.
My name is Caroline Sealing, and I'm a junior at Rocky Bayou Christian School.
My name is Jackson Malik, and I'm a freshman at Rocky Bayou Christian School.
I'm Micah Winnan. I'm a senior at Rocky Bayou Christian School.
Thanks, y'all. Let's get started with the match. On to toss-up number one. Buzzers ready. The topic is miscellaneous. The first names of these characters are, respectively, Luke and Deckard. In a 2019 movie, they work together, and that will be Rocky Bayou, Micah.
Hobbs and Shaw.
That is Hobbs and Shaw in the movie Fast and Furious. Hobbs and Shaw. So we have two bonuses for Rocky. Your topic is math. Answer these about derivatives. Your first bonus. The derivative of a function at a specific point yields this quantity for the tangent line at that point, a quantity equal to 0 for the line y equals 5.
Slope.
Yep.
Slope.
Slope is correct. And your second bonus. When using the quotient rule to take the derivative of the quantity f of x over g of x, this quantity is squared in the denominator.
Square of what's so g of x.
G of x.
G of x is correct. Buzzers are clear. On to toss-up number two, social studies. Nicknamed Mobtown in the 1800s for its residents' propensity to start a riot at any moment, it was heavily criticized by Donald Trump in 2019 for, and that will be Rocky Jackson?
Baltimore?
It's Baltimore, Maryland is correct. And bonus number two for Rocky, science. In the early 20th century, Ernest Rutherford led a series of experiments concerning the atomic model. Rutherford fired these particles, the equivalent of helium nuclei, at a thin gold foil.
Yeah, protons. Let's go to protons.
Protons.
It's alpha particles. And onto your second bonus. In reality, the experiment was co-performed by this man whose namesake counter detects radiation.
Oh. It's Geiger.
Is it Geiger? Okay.
Geiger.
Geiger. Hans Geiger is correct. On to toss-up number three, math. The Ramanujan constant is this number raised to the power of pi times the square root of 163. This number, when raised to the power of pi times I, is -1. That will be Rocky Gideon.
E.
That is E, or Euler's number. Bonus 3 for Rocky, social studies. Answer these about National Historic Landmarks in Illinois. The first of these buildings in the Western Hemisphere is named for Chicago philanthropist Max Adler.
Oh, yeah.
Skyscraper?
It's incorrect, it's a planetarium. And your second bonus. This settlement house, co-founded by Jane Addams, got its landmark designation in 1965.
Whole labs.
Whole house, right? H-U-L-O.
Whole house.
Whole house.
Okay. Whole house.
Hull House is correct. On to toss-up number 4, science. Most production of this element is for agricultural purposes. And that would be Fort Walton, Joseph.
Nitrogen.
That is incorrect and an interrupt. I will repeat the entire question for Rocky. Toss-up 4, science. Most production of this element is for agricultural purposes. The chloride compound of this element is used both as a replacement for table salt and as part of a lethal injection. Name this element found in bananas with the Latin name kalium that sits just below sodium in the periodic table. And that's Rocky. Caroline?
Potassium.
Potassium is correct.
Good job.
On to bonus number 4 for Rocky, literature. The awards named for this writer are given out each year by the Mystery Writers of America. For your first bonus, name this 19th century American author.
Is it Pulitzer?
Pulitzer,
think
yeah.
Poe was the.
Yeah, it's Pulitzer.
Oh.
Or Poe, yeah.
Good. Okay, go to yours.
Poe.
Poe is correct. Edgar Allan Poe.
I don't think Pulitzer is.
Your second bonus, in this Poe tale, the title crimes are committed by an orangutan.
It's the murders in the Rue Morgue.
Okay, I defer to Micah.
The murders in the Rue Morgue.
The murders in the Rue Morgue is correct. On to toss-up number 5, literature. He was both a great-grandson and a half-brother of Perseus, mortally wounded when his second wife was tricked into giving him a poisoned cloak. We have Fort Walton, Savannah.
Hercules?
Hercules is correct. Your bonus for Fort Walton, fine arts. Answer these about terms used in drama. Your first bonus. This term describes a curtain that can be moved horizontally to reveal or hide part of a stage.
It's either the wings or the psych.
Wings would make sense.
We'll go with the wings. Wings?
Wings is incorrect. The answer is traveler. Your second bonus. This 4-letter term describes a private box where theater viewers can see the show without being seen.
4-letter?
I'm sorry.
Maybe like a private? That's not 4 letters.
Time.
Void.
And, sorry, no answer given. The answer is loge, spelled L-O-G-E. Toss-up number 6, fine arts. The udu type of this instrument in Nigeria is made of clay. The Brazilian pandeiro is a frame type of this instrument whose other types include the India version called the tabla. Name this percussion instrument whose other types include the congas. Fort Walton Grayson.
Drums.
Drums is correct. On to bonus number 6 for Fort Walton. Your category is miscellaneous. Give the second word in these 2-word names for common tools in a workshop. Your first bonus, circular blank.
Saw.
Saw. Saw.
Saw is correct. And your second bonus, belt blank.
Sander.
Sander.
Sander is correct. Toss-up number 7, math. Pencils and papers ready. As an ordered pair, give the maximum point on the curve y equals negative 6x squared plus 8x minus 2.
Time.
And no answers. We have 2 over 3, comma 2 over 3. On to toss-up number 8, social studies. He argued that besides the Trinity, evil is the 4th aspect of God. He recounted induced hallucinations, or active imaginations, in his long, unpublished Red Book, or Libra Novus. This man's research in psychological types is the basis for the Myers-Briggs personality test. Anima and animus are archetypes in what Swiss psychologist's concept of a collective unconscious? Savannah, Fort Walton.
Jung.
That is correct, Carl Jung. Bonus number 8 for Fort Walton, math, pencils and paper ready. Give these answers in standard scientific notation. Your first bonus. Add 468,000 and 84,000. No answer given. The answer is 5.52 times 10 to the fifth. Your second bonus, multiply 300,000 by 650.
Time.
And no answer given. The answer is 1.95 times 10 to the eighth. On to toss-up number 9, science. Pencils and paper ready. Find the spring constant of a spring that, when its length is decreased by 40 centimeters, can store 16 joules of energy. And we have Gideon, Rocky Bayou.
2.
That is incorrect. Can you take it for Walton Beach?
Time.
And sorry, didn't get it in time. It's 200 Newton meters. On to toss-up number 10, language arts. Give the 7-letter word that, as the second word in the phrase, means place and can follow the words way, power, filling, work, polling, battle, or subway. And before Walton, that's Grayson.
Station.
Station is correct. Bonus 10 for Fort Walton Beach. Category is Fine Arts. Name these classical composers. Your first bonus. This composer of Finlandia is a reflex buzz for scholastic bowlers who hear the phrase Finnish composer.
Do you know a Finnish composer?
Tchaikovsky.
Debussy.
Go with
He's
that.
not. Debussy?
Sorry, that's incorrect. The answer is Jean Sibelius. And your second bonus. This Italian wrote the operas Tosca and Madame Butterfly.
Vivaldi is one. I mean,
That's a good guess.
well, he was violin though.
Vivaldi?
Sorry, it's incorrect. It's Puccini.
End of the half.
And we have reached the end of the first half. We will come back with some points for you, and we'll see who's winning. Y'all stay tuned. Welcome back. We've tallied the scores, and we have a halftime score of Rocky 100, Fort Walton Beach 55. We have a substitution for Fort Walton, so we'll let them introduce themselves.
I'm a senior at Fort Walton Beach. My name is Cedric.
Thank you, Cedric. And we'll get on to the rest of the match. We've tossed up 11, math. Written as a capital R in the Middle Ages, this function's graph is visually similar to that of the logarithm function. This function is used in calculating standard deviation, as well as the numerator of... We have Gideon, Rocky Bayou?
Bell curve?
That is incorrect and an interrupt. I'll repeat the entire question for Fort Walton. Written as a capital R in the Middle Ages, this function's graph is visually similar to that of the logarithm function. This function is used in calculating standard deviation, as well as in the numerator of the quadratic formula. When graphed, this function's points include 4, -2, 9, -3, 36, 6. Identify this function whose result is the same as raising something to the 1/2 power. And we have Cedric for Fort Walton.
Parabola.
That's incorrect. That is a square root function. On to toss-up number 12, social studies.
That's why I didn't buzz.
Yeah, that's why I did both.
By Okun's law, a 1% increase in this quantity causes a 2% decrease in gross domestic product. Its frictional type is caused by, and we have Grayson, Fort Walton.
Unemployment.
It's unemployment, yes. Bonus 12 for Fort Walton, miscellaneous. Answer these about TV roles played by Alex Trebek other than host of Jeopardy! Your first bonus. Alex was voice on an episode of this show when the father of the family discovers his bowling pal Dan is a mafia accountant.
I'm pretty sure this is The Simpsons. I can't tell you why, but The Simpsons?
The Simpsons is correct. And for your second bonus, in 2019, Alex was a guest on this daily ABC series, probably talking partly about his cancer treatments.
ABC show?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Dr. Pimple Popper unless anybody has anything else good. Dr. Pimple Popper?
Sorry, Dr. Pimple Popper is incorrect. It's Good Morning America. Toss-up 3 in literature. One associate of this novel's title character was said to have fixed a World Series. The eyes of we have Fort Walton, Savannah.
The Great Gatsby?
The Great Gatsby is correct. Bonus 13 in social studies. Name these U.S. presidents who saw military action. Your first bonus. He won the Battle of New Orleans at the end of the War of 1812.
It's Andrew Jackson.
Ian Jackson.
Andrew Jackson?
Andrew Jackson is correct. And your second bonus. This general during the Mexican War died after less than 18 months as president and was replaced by Millard Fillmore.
Oh, this is
No.
T.P. Canoe and
Tyler Taylor.
I'm gonna go with Zachary Taylor. Zachary Taylor?
Zachary Taylor is correct. Toss-up 14, social studies. Poet Percy Shelley, lawyer Clarence Darrow, novelist Vladimir Nabokov, and mathematician Bertrand Russell are among the famous people in what group whose members can be killed in the Middle East even today, and whose other members include Karl Marx and others who deny the existence of God? We have Jackson for Rocky Bayou.
Atheist.
Atheist is correct. On to bonus 14. Your topic is math. Answer these about curves in polar coordinates. Your first bonus. This simple curve has an equation of the form r equals a, where a is a constant.
A line.
Sorry, line is incorrect. The answer is circle. Your second bonus. This shape with logarithmic and Archimedean varieties begins at the origin and moves out toward the edge of the graph paper.
Parabola, right? Because it's on the order. It goes out line.
It doesn't always go down the way, I guess.
Parabola.
Sorry, parabola is incorrect. The answer is spiral. Toss-up 15, literature. A storm saves the characters of this play from a Turkish invasion. In this play, Graziano brings news of the death of Brabantio. We have Micah for Rocky Bayou.
Romeo and Juliet.
Sorry, that's incorrect and an interrupt. I will repeat the entire question for Fort Walton. A storm saves the characters of this play from a Turkish invasion. In this play, Graziano brings news of the death of Brabantio, while Emilia tells of the handkerchief supposedly incriminating the title character's spouse. Name this Shakespeare play about a Moorish general in Venice who is tricked by Iago into killing his innocent wife, Desdemona. Savannah for Fort Walton.
Othello?
Othello is correct. Your bonus, social studies. Name these South American countries from their capital cities. Bogota.
Columbia.
Colombia?
Columbia is correct. And Georgetown.
I think it's one of the ones that two. It's weird.
I'm gonna go for Bolivia.
Okay.
Sure.
Bolivia?
Sorry, that's incorrect. The answer is Guyana. Toss-up 16, miscellaneous. Often combined in a phrase with the word serve, players who try this shot are hoping that the opponent's difficulties in reaching and returning it will compensate for the player's own vulnerability to a deep lob or an accurate passing shot. Give the term for this tennis shot in which the ball is hit back before it can bounce on the hitter's side of the net. Rocky Bayou Jackson?
Volley.
Volley is correct.
Nice.
Bonus number 16, your topic is science. Give these terms relating to exoplanets defined by NASA as any planet beyond our solar system. Your first bonus. This class of small, cool stars includes most stars in the galaxy.
Reds. Isn't it?
I'll go with blue.
Yeah.
Blue.
Sorry, that's incorrect. The answer is red dwarf or M dwarf would have been accepted. And your second bonus. This adjective describes some exoplanets that, like Earth and Mars, are rocky and have iron-rich core.
Yeah.
Terrestrial.
Terrestrial is correct. Toss-up 17, social studies. Fireworks left over from July 4th were used as weapons in this event, whose leader, Hugh O'Donnell, called for the regiment of Pinkerton men opposing them to be charged with murder. At this event, the Amalgamated Association of Iron and Steel Workers fought back against Henry Clay Frick's anti-union policies. Name this Pennsylvania protest of 1892 that opposed the Carnegie Steel Company. Rocky, Micah.
The Haymarket Square riot.
Sorry, that's incorrect. Can you take it, Fort Walton? And Savannah.
The Gideon riots?
Incorrect. It's the Homestead Strike. Toss-up 18, science. If this silicate mineral contains calcium and magnesium, it is known as nephrite and was once considered a cure for kidney stones. Though its white variety is preferred by most Chinese, Westerners seem to prefer its green type. Name this precious stone embedded into the gold medals handed out at the 2000, and that is Caroline for Rocky Bayou.
Jade.
Jade is correct. Bonus number 18, social studies. When the 500th anniversary of John Cabot's second voyage was celebrated in 1997, the Canadian and British governments designated Cape Bonavista as his official landing place. Your first bonus. Sent by King Henry VII, Cabot left from this British city that was the home port of England's slave trade for more than 100 years.
Probably Essex.
Essex. Okay. Essex.
Sorry, Essex is incorrect. The answer is Bristol. And your second bonus. This was the name of Cabot's main ship.
It was like the Speedwell.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Speedwell.
Sorry, that's incorrect. It's Matthew. Toss-up 19, fine arts. An indirect method of constructing this object sticks the reverse sides of its pieces to backing paper and then moves the whole thing to a wall. Greeks, Romans, and Muslims used this art form on floors and even created portraits from them. We have Savannah for Fort Walton.
Mosaic?
Mosaic is correct. Bonus 19, literature. Answer these about the legend of Paul Bunyan based on a Voice of America story about him. Your first bonus. This was the name of his blue ox.
Babe?
Babe is correct. Your second bonus. When Babe died, Paul buried him in these South Dakota hills.
The Black Hills?
I think so.
The Black Hills?
The Black Hills are correct. And that is the end of the match. We will come right back with the final score. Stay tuned.
I chose to come to collegiate high school because you get free college and your high school diploma at the same time, and that's the best opportunity for any high school student.
I wanted to grow as an individual, and so I decided to move here to not be grouped into these different categories that you find in like traditional high schools.
I came to collegiate because I wanted to get used to college work and just being in a college environment before I actually move on to a bigger university.
The thing that makes Collegiate High different from other schools in Okaloosa County is that we're a small school. Students that attend the collegiate high school are not just a number. We know students by name because of the small school atmosphere.
Many students think that if you go to collegiate, you can't play sports, you can't be in music, you can't be a high school student, but I still went to homecoming. I still went to the football games. I had fun with all my friends. And collegiate doesn't take that away from you. It adds on to your amazing personality.
In order to be successful at collegiate high school, motivation, student motivation. You have to be academically motivated because you'll be academically challenged.
But when you go to a university, they'll see that you're dedicated and you're willing to take the course load that you'll be taking.
Welcome back. We have a final score of Fort Walton Beach 155, Rocky Bayou 130. It's a great match. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Microsystems and General Dynamics. We hope you'll join us next week for the Okaloosa Schools Academic Tournament. Y'all have a good night.